What's up, everyone? King McClure here with King's Court, presented by 365 Sports, where we talk the hottest news in college basketball. And today, there is a freshman who might have just saved one of the most beloved programs in college basketball, the North Carolina Tar Heels. Big news for these guys. Elliot Cadeau is reclassifying and going to join the team this fall. Absolutely huge, because I love Elliot Cadeau. Elliot Cadeau, if you don't know who he is, he's one of the top point guards in America, regardless of class. I'd honestly put him, Isaiah Collier, in the same category. He's one of the best point guards, despite class, in high school basketball, and he is college ready right now. His feel for the game, his ability to make players better, his defensive prowess, his athleticism. He's only 6'1", but his IQ is college ready, and my man will be able to make an impact. Because this North Carolina team, I want to say disappointing is not even the word to use when you talk about their season last year. But you see, I don't blame this on North Carolina. I partially blame the media. Yes, I'm part of the media, but I'm not one of these people. But we have to stop giving so much credit to teams who have a good tournament run, and then the next year we're like, oh my goodness, these guys are top 10 in the country. These guys are the number one team in the country. If you look at their whole season and their whole work, they were not that great. They were extremely mediocre. This team barely escaped the Baylor team. They got extremely lucky. They barely beat my Baylor Bears, but they got hot at the right time. Just because they got hot in March does not mean that that is who they truly are. Their whole body of work, their whole season up until that point was extremely average. So we overhyped them coming into the season, ranking them number one in the country. That should have never happened. So I don't blame North Carolina for their season. I blame partially the media for the overhyping of this team who was not deserving of it. They just got rid of Caleb Love, who I think was honestly a good decision. Caleb Love is extremely talented, but I think that was the best thing for North Carolina, because when you saw their style of play last year, they played like an AAU team. I love Hubert Davis. I think Hubert Davis is a great coach. But the shots that some of that RJ Davis and Caleb Love were taking, it reminded me of like an AAU style of play. They were bad shots, and they were high-volume shooters that jacked a lot and honestly, frankly, didn't really make that much. And you have a guy like Armando Bacot, who is two-time All-ACC, the leading rebounder in school history, and he only probably averaged maybe 5-6 shots a game. You have to be able to get the big fella the ball, but that is not going to be a problem this year, because Elliot Cadeau's decision-making, he will have to be that guy that leads this team. And you look at their starting five. I actually really like their starting five this year. RJ Davis, a guy who was a high-volume guy too, but I think he played off of Caleb Love a little bit. When you put him more at the two guard and allow him to not really be a decision maker and allow Elliot Cadeau to really take those responsibilities at the one, I think RJ Davis, will see a different RJ Davis this year. And I think that he will elevate his play strictly due to Elliot Cadeau being able to put him in spots to be successful. When you look at Elliot Cadeau at the one, we talked about him, Notre Dame transfer Cormac Ryan, who is a great shooter and a great player who was exceptionally well last season at Notre Dame, can help because he spaces the floor. Then you look at Stanford transfer, Harrison Ingram, who is a guy at the four at 6'8", is really versatile. He can really make plays out of the four position, can handle the ball, can score when needed. His feet aren't great, but overall, he is an extreme talent who did really well, who played good. Wouldn't say he played great at Stanford, but played good. He was a McDonald's All-American, a real good talent that I think could really excel in this program. Then you have Armando Bacot, who is a dominant beast down low. I think this North Carolina team is guaranteed success. I think Hubert Davis has done a great job by getting Elliot Cadeau in, because this is what they needed. They needed a true point guard to come in and be able to hone in some of the reins on these guys, to control the tempo, control the pace, take away some of those bad shots that they've been shooting, and really run the offense the way that it should be. I think North Carolina will be extremely successful, and I think Hubert Davis has done an excellent job in his recruiting by getting Ryan, by getting Ingram, and now Elliot Cadeau. They are back on the track for success, and we will see North Carolina basketball back to what it used to be. That's all, man. I'm out.